to give a shout out to everyone that gets on the internet and makes helpful videos, teaches us, shows us, instructs us. But when you are in an emergency and you got to go to the YouTubes, I just want to say this. Hey guys, cut down on the intro. Cut down on your intros. Okay. I love that you're there. I love that you want to help me, but I don't need like 5 minutes of your life story. You know, I don't need to know about how the audio is bad and you apologize. I don't want to hit the like or subscribe button. I need your help, Dave. Okay. I'm sure you're a lovely man with a lovely family and interesting stories, but when it's 1 a.m., and I'm drenched to the core, I just need you to help me fix my 15-year-old wall-mounted Panasonic air conditioner, okay? Okay. And no, before you even ask, Dave, I don't know where the power source is. Well, everyone, I'm the hottest I've ever been. Not sexually, very physically. I am so warm. I have been like this for days. I can't tell you how the energy will be for the pod, but it's certainly going to be something. So let's get into it. I just want to say thank you everyone who's listened, who shared, who has sent lovely little messages. It really means the world. I'm so glad that we're back incommunicado. And so much has happened since we last talked. And one I just want to get out of the way and, you know, really discuss with you is obviously the heat wave that has taken over my life in a way where I don't think I will ever not be this warm in my life. I have just succumbed to the energy. If you haven't checked the episodes out on YouTube, I couldn't push you more to come see the disaster that is my current state. There is no makeup. There is no powder. I could not bring myself to put anything on my face. I couldn't even put moisturizer. We're settling with a rosehip oil, okay, which I can't recommend enough. Rosehip to the face. That's the only thing I could take today. I am sweating in every crevice known to man, and those not known to man. I'm still discovering places I can sweat. It's everywhere. It's everywhere you think, and it's everywhere you don't want. And it is happening. Whatever bra I'm wearing today will have to be thrown in the garbage. There's no way it can survive this titty tsunami that has been in torrential downpour for days. 4 days. No amount of distilled vinegar in the wash is going to bring it back. There's just no way. There's just no way. I have made the absolute crucial mistake of wearing sort of a large, oversized button down, thinking it would keep me nice and warm. No. I don't know why I didn't do a tank top. Was I not feeling brave? Could I not be arms out on the pod? I don't know. That's something I'm going to have to put in my journal and figure out. Now, I know everyone is warm. I know everyone is dealing with this heat wave, but I have to tell you, I am that annoying friend in the group who's like, no, but you don't understand, guys. Like, I can't be warm. And that is the truth. I cannot be warm. There's something that happens to me. It's literally a full body shutdown. I cannot operate. I have to be cold. I have to find cool. I can't eat. I can't focus. I am a disaster. I'm a disaster. You know when people are like, I love the beach? No, I don't want to sit out. I don't want to be warm. But here's where I become a freak. I love a sauna. Maybe because it's within my control. Okay. I'm going in. I'm deciding what's going to be happening. But I cannot be warm in this way. So please know I'm trying my best. On Sunday night, this hell began for me. And I want to walk you through it. Because if I don't tell someone and I keep the fury inside, I fear I will turn into the Hulk. Like, it is that level of annoyance. And I know it's the heat speaking. And if you're listening to this and you're pregnant and you're dealing with the heat, or or someone else really struggling, like, know that I see you, I hear you, I feel you. And I know the fury of 1,000 suns. I stand with you. So Sunday night, guys, you should have seen the arrogance that was within me. Sunday night, I was going to dinner. I'm like so confident. I'm feeling really Jimmy Jazz to the max. Or wait, it was Monday night. Because what is today? Wednesday. Okay, so Monday or Sunday night, I come home. Oh my God, you guys, the hysteria of the heat. Okay, Sunday night, I'm going out. The arrogance that I had of how the evening would go is so embarrassing. Is simply and truly so embarrassing. I go out, I'm looking cute, I'm feeling fun. Sunday, I went to go to Woodbine, bet on the horses. You know, I forewarned my friends. I may cry about the safety of the horses. I did feel weird. It was really warm and they kept getting watered down. Okay, little did I know I would become one of the horses. And I think it's karma. I think I was cursed by my actions at the racetrack. Simply and truly. I'm feeling cute. I'm feeling awesome. I go to the racetrack. I have a fun time. I have a couple drinks. We go and then we go out after that. And then I come home. I think I've left my home with the AC blasting. What do I come home to? An absolute and utter inferno. Okay. It's like I said to Satan, give me your best shot or something. I'm hot. Give me your best shot. Oh my God. I'm not okay. I opened the door and I could tell it was a miss from the downstairs. I don't know if you feel this way, but like if you have a dog or, just something goes on in your house, you can get a sense from just opening the door. You know that you're in for it. I opened the door. I knew it was warm. As I got up each step, I thought, here we freaking go. I opened the door. It is a sauna. Okay, a sauna, and not ones that are nice and not one that comes with like cucumber mint water. No, it was a sauna. My dog is really warm. I'm like, oh, I can't believe this. My boobs and my ass immediately start to sweat. I regret everything I'm wearing. And before you ask, yes, I was in a knitted tank top. And yes, I'm going to knock it the hell off. Now's not the time anymore. Okay, I understand that now. A knitted tank is May to June, and you're pushing it at the end of June. So I immediately take my top off. I'm in a bra and my underwear, trying to figure out how to get this AC working. I'm on my hands and knees. I'm on the ground. I'm on YouTube, for God's sakes. I'm like, please, someone help me, help me, help me. I want to give a shout out to everyone that gets on the internet and makes helpful videos, teaches us, shows us, instructs us. But when you are in an emergency and you got to go to the YouTubes, I just want to say this. Hey guys, cut down on the intro. Cut down on your intros. Okay. I love that you're there. I love that you want to help me, but I don't need like 5 minutes of your life story. I don't need to know about how the audio is bad and you apologize. I don't want to hit the like or subscribe button. I need your help, Dave. Okay. I'm sure you're a lovely man with a lovely family and interesting stories, but when it's 1 a.m., and I'm drenched to the core, I just need you to help me fix my 15-year-old wall-mounted Panasonic air conditioner, okay? Okay. And no, before you even ask, Dave, I don't know where the power source is. So just speed up the intro. But anyways, it didn't work. So I had to just decide to open all the windows. I have one dusty, crusty floor fan, turned it on, and there I was, sleeping on the couch with my dog. And if you've ever been in this situation, I'm sure you're like me, but when it's so hot, you can't even put a blanket on. Okay. I was in like, oh my God, I wish you guys could have seen these underpants. Okay. And I want to be clear. They're not like underwear and they're not pajamas. These are like old ass, thin ass underpants. I feel like if anyone were to see them publicly, I would be thrown in jail. And sort of this loose bralette that I keep for emergencies that I got like 20 years ago from Walmart in a pack of 3. Loose. Because I can't sleep nude on the couch. I have a dog. Okay, he can't be around the bits and bobs. Absolutely not. People who can sleep naked with their dog who sleeps in the bed, like that is a freedom that I wish for in my life, but I'm not there. I'm not there yet. And I have an old senior dog who has decided that he must be touching me at all times throughout the evening. I don't know what ghosts he's seeing or what fear he has now of the night, but it is full blast. Okay. So he was stuck to me. I'm on the couch. We survived the night. I think everything will be better wasn't. I wake up, I get in the shower immediately, cold, stand there. And I realize there's no one coming to help me. There's no one coming to help me today. It's a heat wave. You think an air conditioning technician is like, oh, I've got the time. I've got the time today to come help this woman. No. And, it's a fun game that I play with my landlord. I'm sure we all play this with our landlord. It's called Where Are You? Where are you? It's a fun little game we all get to play with our landlords. It's a bit of a cat and mouse, So it becomes clear on Monday that I cannot stay there. I cannot be there. And I had lovely friends who offered their places, but when you're warm, you can't be around people. I needed to be alone. So I had to make the decision then and there on Monday to get to a hotel. And disclaimer, yes, I know. I feel very lucky that I was in a position to do that, but I had to get to a hotel. I couldn't live like that. I cannot be warm. I hadn't been cold in hours at this point. So I decided to go to a hotel, and I needed a pool. And yes, insert judgment here. I needed a pool. I needed to be in water. I needed to lower the body temp. The shower wasn't cutting it. I needed a vast amount of water. So we found a hotel with a pool. We get there. Guess what? We check in. They go, oh, actually, sorry, our bad. The pool's not working. God. I was being tested. I literally felt like I was on Amazing Race against my will. I had a dog. I had multiple bags. I had so much, and yet I was so far from relief. So we called around to other hotels because we were like, okay, there's no point in spending this money, if there's no pool. So we're like calling around, and I get a hotel, and I go, hi, I only want to book this hotel if your pool is working. Like, are all the amenities there? Like, the aquatic center is ready. And she's like, absolutely. And I go, okay, because this is the only reason I'm going to book this hotel. She goes, it is working. We book it. Notice some of the aquatic center is down. So that was fun. We find a hotel. We get there. There's finally AC. It was great. We finally got to cool down. The pool was not the best. The water did smell. Okay, I thought it was my bathing suit. When something smells, you're like looking around like, what the hell? I'm smelling myself. My boyfriend was like, it's the water. It's the water. So after all this hysteria of trying to find a pool to relax in, and before you ask, yes, I know that Toronto has public pools, but I was not in a state to enjoy a pool outside. Okay, I'm going to go underwater and pop up to the heat? Not my friend. No, that's not my friend. The heat? No. The humidity? No. No, I couldn't party with them. So, it was a fickle beast. This is just an aside, but being in a hotel pool, I think, is the best test to see if you actually do want kids, because I'm kind of at the precipice. I'm 39, approaching 40, and I love kids. They're like the best. I think they're awesome. I love being around kids. They're just so great. But I do have a fear about, do I want to be a mom? Do I want to make that sacrifice? Do I want to do that? And I'm certainly in sort of the center of the tornado of that kind of conversation. It certainly does feel like a tornado, because either way, something's getting screwed up and fucked. That's how it kind of is. But I think the truest test to see if you want to be a mom is go to a hotel pool with kids that you don't know. Okay. Because I was in that pool, in the smelly water pool, and two teen boys cannonballed in, kicked the living shit out of my legs with no apology. No, one had a rat tail. What's going on there? What's that story? But anyways, they're horsing around in the pool. And I thought, I need to leave here immediately. I need to get as far as I can away from this situation. And it really gave me pause if I wanted to be a mom. Because what fresh hell is that? So if you're on the fence about having kids or not, I why don't you and your partner just book a hotel and get into that hotel pool at 4:00 in the afternoon and just see if you like it there, because that would be your life. Something to think about. Went to the hotel, and a couple of things at this hotel were quite interesting. The first one was no Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, in 2025? What are we doing here? And this was like, not like a super expensive hotel, but it cost money I didn't want to spend. And then I had to pay for Wi-Fi. No, excuse me. That was something. And also glasses of wine were $26. What are we doing? $26 for a glass of wine. I asked the server, I go, how much is a bottle of wine? And he goes, oh, at the LCBO or here. And I was like, well, don't make me upset with the real price. $26 for a glass of wine. And I'm not a sommelier, but it was just kind of whatever. So the fury of the heat started getting mixed in with the fury of this hotel and its like absurdist costs. But after the hotel, I came back to the studio on Tuesday, slept in AC, beautiful. Come into my office, no AC. There's no AC here. I thought there was. I opened the door. Satan said, hey queen. Hey queen, I'm still here. It was so hot. It was so hot outside. We're driving, get to the office. It's sweltering. I try and do a little bit of work, not possible. Sweating. I'm in a jean short as I am now because it's the only shorts I have because I'm an idiot. Sweating here. My palms now just holding the mic. I'm still sweating. So my landlord had texted me and said, hey, the AC is fixed. I go, okay, amazing. Let's get out of the office here and let's go back to the house. I get back to my house, my apartment. I open the door. I can sense dread again. No AC. No AC. Not at all. I go up the stairs and yet again, it is broken. It's broken again. I've lost my mind. So now I'm immediately hot again. And the heat that started on Sunday is back in full fury with me on now Tuesday. So I start panicking. I'm telling my boyfriend, like, this isn't good. We are in the danger zone. We are in the danger zone. Okay. And, I cannot get cooled at all. I start freaking out. I'm upset that my AC is still broken. I am panicking. I can't get cold. And so what do? I start crying. I did start crying. It is so funny. If you're listening to this and this is what you do too, like when you just get to a point, like I just looked at my boyfriend. I was like, I can't get cold. I am so warm. I feel crazy. I don't want to eat anything, but I need to eat something. I'm so thirsty. I start pulling my eyes out and he's like, you need to get in the shower. You need to get in the shower. So I did get in the shower, cooled off for a second, and we did head to some AC and where I slept on a sofa that's been very used. We just sought shelter at my boyfriend's place. And you know, your boyfriend's house, when they have like a roommate, you know, there's always sort of a communal living room area. That's where I did plop myself down. Tough. On a communal sofa. Just face into the cushions, and I was out like a light. I slept for hours. I couldn't operate. It has been crazy. So now I'm back in the studio today. I've been talking about this for 20 minutes. That's horrendous. But what a time. I'm sweltering so much, and my boyfriend seems unaffected, and he doesn't know this yet, but we are going to fight about it later. We are certainly going to fight. I was supposed to play golf today. Couldn't do that because of the heat stroke that I had yesterday. He went and played golf. He found the ability to, you know. He also went out last night with a friend. So we are going to fight later. I'm just preparing my arguments as one does. Yeah. Little does he know. Goddamn you, heat. You got me, gal. I want to talk about what happened at this hotel, because what happened there is something that I've been percolating on for a while now. And it's a PSA that I want to bring to the table of Indulge Me. We go to this hotel and it's like, they have like a fancy bar. So I was like, I brought like a little cute outfit and I'm like, let's make some lemonade out of these hot ass goddamn lemons. And let's go down to the bar. We'll have a couple drinks. We're in the AC. It'll be cute. And so we go down and I order my classic cocktail. I have two. It's either a margarita, because I'm not kind of clean.
I hope you keep on serving cunt.
So it's either a margarita or I'll do an extra dirty gin martini. I love a martini. I love the olives, the brine, the salt. It's so good. So I order an extra dirty gin martini. She nods, I nod. We all know what's about to happen. I'm excited for it. Here's where it goes wrong. Okay? First of all, it wasn't in a martini glass, which I'm like, you're a fancy bar. Okay, let's not overthink the martini. And this is what's happening in these expensive, fancy places. We are starting to overthink the cocktails to the point of insanity. So what she delivers to me is a clear, not murky, so you know off the bat, that thing ain't dirty at all. Okay, martini, not even ice cold. Do you see the theme today? I can't get anything cold. It's not tepid, but it's not shaken enough where it's ice cold, which is what you want. And guess what? It's not dirty. It's so boozy. So I go, hey, kid, and this is no big deal. We can fix this. I go, hi, do you mind? Could I have some more olive brine? She nods. I nod. We're excited. We know what's about to happen. What she brings back to me is a small shot glass. Small shot glass. With a little bit of brine. I pour that whole goddamn thing into the cup, couldn't even tell. And here's why. Because it was a fancy brine. I believe an oil-based brine. Okay? There wasn't salt in it. There wasn't like an umami to the olive. It was too fancy. You know those very fancy olives, they're like in oil and they just don't give off the like same sort of salty brininess that like a literal no name, like from the grocery store olive jar brings. I was pissed because here's my PSA. And I wonder if I'm alone on this. I doubt that I am. When you go to these fancy cocktail places, these cocktails are like $28, $25. Like you can't have a lot of them. And it's, it's a special treat. It's like very, very expensive. And we're starting to overthink the basics. I want a classic normal olive. I want it dirty in the glass. I don't want a wacky what's it woodle little glass. I want just a martini coupe or whatever the frick they're called, ice cold with just regular olives. I can't with this shit. It's driving me full bananas. It absolutely pisses me off. It pisses me off. This is such a champagne problem episode. We're just going in it. I'm hot and I'm truly bothered. But I wonder if I'm alone in these thoughts. So I went to this other cocktail bar. We're sensing a theme this summer and I got an extra dirty gin martini. It was crap and garbage. It was a pitted olive, oily, no salt, not even a salt to the olive. Okay. So asking for more brine would be pointless. There's no brine that I would even want from this establishment. So then I thought, let's redo it. I'll get a margarita. She gives me a margarita, no salt on the rim. No salt on the rim? I'm begging for salt here. You know who gives the best? You know who will literally give you the best martini is the Keg. The Keg. If you're in the US, the Keg is like a Canadian franchise. I think it's just Canadian. It's like a steakhouse. It's franchised around. A franchise restaurant will always give you the best martini. Why? They're not overthinking it. They are not overthinking it. It is a salty olive. It's a dirty ass brine. It's going to get you there. It's going to get you there. And truly, Toronto, you're starting to piss me off with these fancy ass cocktail places doing the most for nothing. Okay? That's my feedback. And don't even get me started on mocktail culture. I love that we are moving towards way more mocktail options, non-alc options, but you're going to look me in the face with your menu and charge me $18 for a mocktail? for juice, we've lost the plot. $18 for a mocktail. Get out of here. Get out of here. What are we doing? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You couldn't. You simply couldn't. I think it's because nothing pisses me off more than bad food and drink. Because like I love going to restaurants. I love going for a cocktail. It's so fun. And I'm not even picky on the type. I'm not like a fancy foodie where it's like a 5-star and like I've tried those places. To me, they're too much. I know some people love fine dining. I don't think it's for me, but I do love trying new places and going out for dinner. There's like nothing more fun. You're a little dressed up, you know, you're going out, the anticipation of like what you're going to get and what you're going to chat about, and to really be messing around with the classics. It's not like I'm asking for anything complicated. A martini is like the first thing you learn. Let's not mess with it, okay? When I went to the racetrack, I got a Caesar, and you best believe it was the best goddamn Caesar I've ever had. Beautifully salted rim, okay? Spicy, Worcestershire, nasty. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. It was chef's kiss. To that woman, I love you. And you're doing the Lord's work because you're not overthinking it. Big ol', just a huge celery stalk in there. It's exactly what you want. A little snack, a little bite, a little spice. Oh, it's too much. It's too much. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm really impressed with myself. I didn't have to look at my notes. I guess because like all my notes were like, just scream about the heat and scream about these cocktails. I hope this episode is something, because God knows I got a lot to say. I am so late to the game. I'm so late to the game on this, but you best believe I am like 10 toes deep. I am so in it. I'm in the rabbit holes of rabbit holes on this thing. It is crazy. It is the Karen Reid murder trial. Are you all watching this? Did you watch this? Are you caught up on this? This is crazy. I am so late to it. I kept seeing it on TikTok, but I was too like mixed up with the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni case that I was like not really getting into the Karen Reid of it all. And I need to apologize because I needed to get in there. I wish I was in there sooner. I'm now like going back and watching like trial footage and like people who talk about the case. I'm not a huge like true crime person. There's a couple true crime podcasts I'll listen to, but it's not like my genre of choice. So now I'm going back and seeing all these like lawyers on YouTube, like going through the trial, which I love watching. I love Emily D. Baker, I believe her name is. She's so smart, a lawyer, criminal lawyer. And so she can like talk through all the jargon, and it's been fascinating. If you're looking for something just to kind of play in the background while you're doing stuff, I've been loving those videos. They're really long. They're like hours long, but I have the time because I'm just rolling around in the heat. Okay. And she's saving me. But the Karen Reid trial. Okay. If you don't know this, I might butcher this, but I doubt. But this is like a quick overview, but there's so much you have to get in. There's so much. Okay. So Karen Reid is from Boston, and she was dating this cop. They went out, they're drinking with his cop pals. And if you're just listening to this, I am using quotations. And so they're drinking at a bar and they're all getting drunk, and they decide to go to this like sergeant's house to keep the party going. And Karen drives John, her boyfriend, the Boston cop, to the cop house where all the other cops are and their wives. And she's like, well, go in and see if we're like welcome. Like go in and check the vibe. And he's like, all right. And he goes in and he never comes out. And she's like waiting and is like, screw you, I'm leaving. She's hammered. She's pissed. She's from Boston. She sends him a million messages like, screw you, you're a loser. I hate you. Why would you do this to me? You know, classic drunk, like blah, blah, blah. And then she wakes up. He's still not there. She's at his house. She's calling, where the hell are you? Where the hell are you? She calls the gals from that night. She's not really close with them, but they've been out. She's like, where's John? Let's go find John. And they end up driving back to the house that she dropped him off at. She finds him dead in the front lawn. Dead in the front lawn. And what proceeded after that is all the cops involved basically allegedly, but cover it up and say that she hit him with her car. And they charge her with murder. They don't investigate anything. They don't investigate anything at all. They take a like a leaf blower to the snow. They put evidence in Solo cups and grocery bags. They don't test the clothing till months later. There's definitely evidence of like placed evidence, like they smash her taillight and like sprinkle it around the lawn. The cover up is wild. It is so frustrating and hard to watch. I watched the documentary. It's on Discovery Plus here. I think it's called Body in the Snow. You have to watch it. It is a must watch. I watched every single episode in a day. I can't believe this woman. I mean, God, the strength that it would take to go through that twice, because the first trial ended in a mistrial. I mean, oh my God. The cover up is crazy. All the cops involved, allegedly the judges involved. There's just a lot of bias. There's so much bias in this case. It is crazy. I mean, there's a point in the trial where the experts, like the medical experts, are like, yeah, he didn't get hit with a car. There's no evidence on his body that he would have been hit by a car. There's no bruising. There's no injuries. And yet they're still pitting this against this woman. And here's what's crazy. All the people that John was hanging out with in the house that night, none of them, like, they all say that they were really close friends with him. None of them went to the funeral. The guy who owned the house never came out of the house after the cops when Karen found John in the snow. No one comes out of the house. Everyone knows each other. It's a small town, and it's just like everyone just like stepped back and was like, she did it. Crazy. I'm like riled up to the max over this case. Maybe that's why I hit the heat wave with such an intensity, because I was maybe absorbing too much Karen Reid stuff. I can't stop watching it. It's incredible. I'm so glad she was found not guilty. She's a free woman. I guess they're going to sue her in a civil court, like his family, for wrongful death. I just hope she can find peace. Oh my God. Unbelievable. And she's badass. Like, I would never want her to be upset with me, because she's a tough cookie. So, but you have to watch it if you haven't. It'll blow your mind. Ooh, and another thing you guys should watch, or listen to, I should say. So on TikTok, there's this guy that I came across. His name's Jake Handel. And if you're listening to this or watching this, I'll put all the links below of all the stuff I've been watching that you should check out. And Jake was like a chef. He was, just a guy in Boston. A lot of Boston stuff, I'm just realizing, with me. What's that tie to the city? Who knows? But he was addicted to heroin and, was kind of caught in a bad way, but ends up developing this neurological, I'm probably doing this all wrong, but disorder where he was like losing abilities to walk, talk, and eventually the case would lead him to like fall into a coma and pass away. And I think he was given like 6 months to live. And so sure enough, he starts losing the ability to do all those things. And as he was in the coma to pass away, he ends up waking up, and he suffered from a disorder called locked-in syndrome, where he is in a coma, but is completely aware of what's going on. And he had a certain type of like locked in eye gaze where like if he was moved to the side or moved over, his eyes would see, like wherever he was placed, that's the only place he could see with his eyes. I'm not explaining this well at all. Like, I am overheating and trying my best. So if you have any questions, send me a message or check out the pod. So he has locked in syndrome. His wife at the time is cuckoo bananas. Okay. And he has this podcast called Blink. It is unbelievable, the story. Like, I was driving home from Halifax to Toronto after shooting 22 minutes. So I was with my dog, and I was listening to this podcast, and I could not stop listening to it. Like, it is unfreaking believable. This story, there's twists, there's turns, there's scandal, there's restraining orders. Like, this guy like basically became like isolated from his entire family, and his wife was the cause of that. And then he slowly but surely comes out of locked in syndrome and starts regaining the ability to talk and walk and take care of himself. And it is such an incredible story. So fascinating. So fascinating that I saw that he was on Armie Hammer's podcast. I know. I know. Okay. I know. I ended up watching the Armie Hammer podcast with Jake because I just was like, I couldn't believe his story. So if you're in like the podcast blues and you're looking for something, I highly suggest Blink. And if you're looking for a little true crime excellence, I would watch the Karen Reid murder trial docuseries. Those two are really keeping me going. And I love Jake. I'm obsessed with him on TikTok. And now I feel like I have like this parasocial relationship with this guy who's now like just walking with a cane. Like, can you believe? What resilience. It's incredible. Well, guys, I feel like I was just bitching to the max this episode. I really hope that was okay. I'm feeling a little in a rut. I am, after this pod, I am going to be buying some summer clothes. If you're like me listening to this and you're feeling hot and truly bothered, look at your wardrobe. What are you missing? What do we need? For me, I need some shorts. I need them to be light. I need better underwear and better bras, which is just a hellish exploration that I'm absolutely and utterly not looking forward to. I'm going to come back next week with all the recommendations that I find in the bra, panty, short department as a size 12 girl, because summers are tough. Summers are tough with the big boobs. I mean, it's really unpleasant. My one summer tip that I believe I've said last time on the pod, but I'll repeat. Tower 28 has this incredible product called Rescue Spray. It's hypochlorous acid. I'm not saying it right, but I can't today. And it's basically just like an antibacterial for your face. You can use it on clothes. You can use it on your armpits. You can use it anywhere, really. And it will just refreshen and kind of take the smell away, blee, blee, blah. Especially if you're sweating and if you're acne prone or anything like that, it is truly a godsend. It is kind of pricey, so I just ordered a new product. I believe it's from Canada, and I'm getting that delivered. So if I'm sure it's the same as Tower 28, but I don't want to say until I know for sure, but I'm living off that stuff. I mean, right, you can't even see it, but on my table, I have it ready to spray my face the second I am done here from sweating. But hypochlorous acid, oh my God, Tower 28 Rescue Spray. It is a summer essential. Another thing I am living for right now is from The Ordinary. It's their glycolic acid. If you're on TikTok or any sort of beauty, blah, blah, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's like super cheap. It comes in a huge bottle. There's a million uses, but the one I use it for all of the time is for my armpits. Like, I smell in a way that truly, I don't know what I've done in a past life, but I know that it's not good. You know, just the thin hair, the pits, anyways. But glycolic, I'll get out of the shower and I put glycolic acid like on a cotton pad, put it underneath my arms like once or twice a week. And it just sort of like removes any bacteria. And so if you're using natural deodorant or anything like that, you really don't smell. It will be your summer savior, because I know how stressful it is when you're sweating so much. Like, when you just feel and look like the outside, like there's no way you're going to feel good about yourself. And this stuff will like get you right and tight. I guarantee. Like, I keep talking about it. I just heard someone say on TikTok that if you use it on your heels, it'll soften your feet. It absolutely does. I did that. It was incredible. So there's so many uses for it, but the pits, it's the best. I can't suggest enough. But So hypochlorous acid, keep yourself clean on the face because we're not wearing makeup. Not now. I can't do anything else for you, the patriarchy, not today. And glycolic acid for the pits. I know I have some friends and, we're always talking perimenopause and I'm convinced that's one of the symptoms of like your sweat changing. I don't know if that just happens when you're older, but the glycolic acid has been a game changer. I'm just realizing now I didn't even tell you guys when I went to, and then I'll say goodbye, but I didn't even tell you. I'm touching my neck right now as I was talking, and this is what made me remember it. So I come home from the racetrack and I left on my necklace I got from Zara. It was kind of like a funky little gold thing. I was like just trying it out to see if it was me. And I think in just like the stress of trying to figure out the AC and being super warm, I just like fell asleep with the necklace on. And I woke up to the biggest neck rash ever, like a huge heat rash from the necklace. It was like, it went from the base of my neck to like almost my chin, like basically my neck just swallowed up the fake gold Zara necklace and simply had the largest reaction. Like I'm now really thinking about what the woman at the hotel must have seen with me sweating through my oversized linen shirt, a huge rash, a hat on, me sweating so bad and her having to say that the pool doesn't work. Oh, I'm a disaster. Next week, I really want to get into the Valley and chat about the show because Jax is truly lost his mind. And maybe I will have more Karen Reid information, but I am just like, I can't believe what this woman has gone through and the alleged cover up of it all. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching and listening to Indulge Me. I am so happy that you are here. And of course, as always, you guys can send me a voicemail, send me a little message. Let me know what's going on with you. Any recommendations for anything. I just started a brand new hair journey that I just did today, and I was going to talk about it, but there's no point. It's in a bun. Like I can't even show you the effects, but I feel like I'm onto something if you have thin hair. So we'll talk about that next week as well, but stay cold, you guys. Stay freaking cold and have a lovely weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye.